Hello everyone, Scooter here, and welcome back to more Ocarina of Time. Last time, we did pretty much all of the side things in the Gerudo area. Like, I thought that was going to take 2 videos, but apparently my natural puzzle solving abilities just slid me right through all of that in, like, no time. I did that a lot faster than I should have. Anyway, and this time, hello. Hey, newcomer. Really? Oh, I thought Grezzo did something nice. Well, unfortunately for a part coming up here, by the way, you need to have the Lens of Truth, and the long shot, and also, well, you're gonna need to have completed the Gerudo training grounds. But you can't cross the desert unless you pass the 2 trials. First trial is the River Sand. You can't walk across the river. After you cross it, follow the flags that we placed there. Second trial is the Phantom Guide. Those without eyes of truth can only find themselves returning here. So it's kind of this is kind of going to be a Lost Woods scenario, if that makes sense. Also, as an aside, I'm going to check something real quick here. Good. I had to check my items really quick here for something that's coming up, but yeah, this is basically the last major trial before the first major dungeon, or before the last major dungeon. This will swallow you. Only one path is true. Well, let's head out. So, the thing with this place is, like I said, you're gonna need your hook shot to get across from this place because you're gonna go from box to box. But I think if you go, yeah, you gotta look at the draw distance to go for this stuff, but let's see. I think you can do something here. So the carpet merchant. Also, you have to keep moving because you can't get swallowed up by the sand. Now I'm gonna do something dumb, and I'm gonna equip boots because I think you can actually get out there and talk to that guy. Let me get a running start here. Yeah, you can talk to this guy. Welcome. I'm selling stuff, strange stuff, rare stuff from all over the world. Today's special is a dangerous running object. Terrifying. I want to let you just know it so you can take the money. I mean, I need to sink money. Oh boy, he sold bomb shoes. What's it against bomb shoe? The mark that will lead you to the spirit temple is the flag on the left, outside the shop. Be seeing you soon. So he's just selling bomb shoes. That's all he does. He just sells bomb shoes. Okay. That's actually kind of nice that he guides you. So all it is with this place is you gotta just find flags and run directly to flags. That's all this challenge kind of is just doing this little bit for the first part. It seems kind of stupid, but considering the fact that the N64 had terrible draw distance, this is actually a lot more intriguing simply because you couldn't see where you were. Ah, there we go. If you do veer off the path too much from these flags, you will find yourself lost and be teleported back to the start of this place. Anyway, we have done part 1 of this. Now, before we go on, we have to come down here for a reward. Dang it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna hit you with the sword. Hold on, get up there. Now I'm gonna come over here. Fine, I'll just shoot it. So that should be Gold Skulltula number 91. Oh, I'm missing one. Oh, I know why I'm missing one. I know we're missing a Gold Skulltula, so I'll have to go back. I'll have to take a quick side trip back and do that really quick. But while we're down here, we can actually use... Not that. Well, we'll be using that in a minute, but... Let's use Din's Fire really quick. We can actually get something a little bit extra if we Din's Fire this thing up. I don't think it's anything of importance. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's just bomb shoes. Or a purple rupee to make back a quarter of what we just spent on bomb shoes. Guys, I have money I can spend now. Also, give me this. Give fairy. Thank you. Jiminy Christmas. So yeah, I know where I missed a gold Skulltula. In fact, you know what? I'm going to take a minute and go back and get it really quick because I feel dumb that I missed it. So at nighttime somewhere in just across the bridge in Gerudo Valley, there is a gold Skulltula that I missed. I don't know exactly where it is. I'm gonna have to take a minute to find. Oh, is that it? No, it's not it. Oh, there it is. Found it. It's on this archway. It's on this archway just above. But yeah, you need to do that one at night. So now we should be at not that. Now we should be at 91 gold Skulltulas. I feel better. All right, let me meet you back out by the dilapidated mesa out in the middle of the desert. All right, well now my conscience is cleared about the whole Skulltula thing. Now, the next part of this is going to require you to use your Lens of Truth. So make sure you have plenty of magic on you. At least either a full, half magic meter, or if you have the full magic meter, have it like mostly full. So turn on your lens and follow the big Poe. In the original game, this was actually just a regular size Poe. Or yeah, this is just a regular Poe in the original game, but you do have to follow it. But the weird thing about this is this Poe actually does loops. So if you know the pattern, you don't need the Lens of Truth to get your way there. But while we're doing this, this actually lets me talk about an interesting thing in that. Let's talk about an interesting thing in that for a while, even speedruns. I know I bring up speedrunning a lot in this game. For a while, even speedruns of this game still had you still followed the ghosts through this desert, or at least memorized the pattern. But then somebody at one point figured out that, hey, if you go to this specific spot and do this one specific action in this whole desert challenge, you can actually just wrong warp to the destination we're about to come up upon. Anyway, once you pass this, I think you're in the clear. And sorry, sorry if I keep like veering off track. My thumb, the what do they call it? The circle pad of my 2DS feels like it's off. Anyway, the Desert Colossus. Which is what we were looking for this whole time. Now, there is a couple things we can do here while we're in this area. One, get your bombs ready. Because there is this crack in the wall over here, which will lead us to the last magic item. Oh. I'm too good at my job. Kill the lever. But yeah, this will lead us to the last magical item, and I think this is actually... I think this might be the last item in the game. Alright. Ocarina time. Where is... there. I think this is the last major item in the game. I'm trying to think. Technically, no, there is one more. But this is the last usable item we'll get. I'm just like sitting here thinking, furrowing my brow, thinking furiously, trying to think of if there's any usable items we get. But no, I think this is the last one. This magic spell is the last usable item, and in my opinion, because I am very unga bunga in my playstyle, is probably the most useful item you'll get. It is Nehru's Love. If you are familiar with the magic armor from, I'm going to say Twilight Princess. If you're familiar with the magic armor from various Zelda games, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, things of that sort, that's basically what this is. Instead of draining your rupees, it will drain from your magic meter. So as long as you got magic, you're invulnerable, which is good because there's actually a couple enemy types we haven't seen yet that you'll be thankful you have a way to block against. But anyway, there is one thing before we go in there is somewhere around this area. I'm trying to find it. Well, there's a rock there, but there's also an oasis somewhere. It's probably just over on this side of the ridge now that I think about it. Yeah, there it is. There's an oasis here. Well, except there's not. But, what, Navi? Navi, we're here. We're literally here. Alright, what is... If you come over to this puddle and play the Song of Storms, I think this is how it works. Oh no, I did it wrong. Haha, can't hit me, I'm on a rock. Although I'll probably play the Song of Storms twice now that I did this from the wrong spot initially. Okay, try again. Not the gear button, the Ocarina button. I am standing on the position. That's what I tried to do. It's to make an oasis, which does nothing except spawn several fairies. It's an impromptu fairy fountain. Now then, with all that said, let's head inside the Desert Guardian. Now, there's several collectibles out here, which I'm trying to check my task list here to make sure I don't miss anything right now. Okay, so there technically is a couple things we can get here, but we have to do... I'm trying to look, because one of them we have to do at night. Yeah, one of these we have to do at night, which is almost nighttime now, so I'm going to do this first. Haha, can't reach inside the oasis. I'm just double checking because okay, this is the last. This is the last nighttime or this is the second to last nighttime skeleton or Skulltula. There it is on that tree there. Pull through a tree. So there's one more Skulltula we can get outside at night, and thumbing through everything. Actually. Or no, there's two more Skulltulas we can get at night. But getting one is just kind of not worth it, so we're just going to hold off on it. But let's go inside the Desert Colossus. First things first, come inside, shield up. So you'll come inside and you'll see a couple things. Well, first things first. Actually, let me do this. Try it again. Drop. Actually, can I just... Oh yeah, I can just straight up attack them. Who needs bombs? But you'll see a couple things here. For one, there is a hole you can't crawl inside. On the other side is a block that we've seen in the Gerudo training grounds, but it's a little heavy. Well, let's read some helpful tips on the wall. Hopefully that bottle doesn't attack us. If you want to proceed in the past, you should return here with the pure heart of a child. Travel to the future, you should return here with the power of silver from the past. So basically the game is flat out telling you, you should be a kid for this. Great. Huh, neat camera angle. So which way did I push to move and... Point of view, you are chic. Every 90s kid, like... Every kid from the 90s most sought after dream is being chic. Past, present, future. The Master Sword is a ship with which you can sail upstream and downstream through the Time's River. Words are hard, shut up. The port for that ship is in the Temple of Time. To restore the Desert Colossus and enter the Spirit Temple, you must travel back through Time's flow. Listen to this Requiem of Spirit. This melody will lead a child back to the desert. Who would bring a child to the desert? Why am I thy child coming back to the desert? Now, I might gush about this just a little bit, but personally, I feel like this temple is probably the coolest temple in this game. Did it. Nailed it. Aced it. Can't be stopped. Listen, I am the best Ocarinsman this side of Hyrule. Shut up. But with that, that is the final transportation song in the game. The Requiem of Spirit. Now we can just kind of go everywhere as we please. There's nothing really stopping us. Ninjas, man. Anyway. So yeah, we've done that. Now we have to basically head back. We basically have to head through time, so. I'll remember it. I remembered it. It's easy when it's only 3 buttons, but I remembered it. So we're gonna head back to the Light Temple. And we're going to handle a... Excuse me. We're basically taking one last trip backwards through time for this. Now while we're doing this, making this trip back, I'm doing a few things. I want to talk about when I first beat this game, quote unquote beat this game, because haha, cheating. I totally beat this game. What are you talking about? When I first beat this game, I had a very vivid dream about this game where there was a not talking about the soon to be released Majora's Mask, but there was like a direct sequel to this game. Like it was basically I remember it being called like Ocarina of Time 2. And the whole premise was that you technically didn't finish the job in this game. You technically didn't finish the job. You actually went from, and like Ganondorf was back, but in order to play through the game, they had a couple of new mechanics added in for young Link and adult Link, but they also had like I remember it being called Old Link, but basically an old Link that looked like Rauru in its entirely. He couldn't really move that fast, couldn't really like be as agile, and his only weapon was the Deku sticks, and even then he basically did less damage than young Link would. And I just remember like the whole point of Old Link was intel. And you use that intel to go back and solve puzzles as a kid and whatnot. I don't know if anybody ever thought of that or tried using that again, but yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, so we're gonna plant some beans, and those are the last beans we're ever gonna plant in this game. And hey, remember how I had some bugs? I hope you brought bugs. Now I know somebody said you can recapture bugs. And I tried right there, just recapture my bugs, because you could do that in the N64 version. But, like I said, in the 3DS version, they made it so once you release bugs and go into the hole, the bugs cannot be reattained. Period. But anyway, let's go to number 92. I want to make sure I'm not wrong in this. No, it's number 93. Right, because I got one out of order on the tree out there. You can get the one on the tree out there with the boomerang as well if you want to as a kid, but why would you? Anyway, I think with that, we actually will have access to the Spirit Temple. Like I said before, the Spirit Temple, probably the coolest temple in this game. Because of what it does and the fact that it's basically 2 temples in one. But we'll start on that next time. Everyone, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Ocarina of Time. And I hope you'll come back again when we'll actually proceed through the kid half of the Spirit Temple. I'll see you folks then. Take care.